Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the Hope Dealer Network's Let's Attract Quick Fix. I'm really happy to have you listening today. My name is Gretchen Sortzi, and I am the Master Hope Dealer here at the Hope Dealer Network. And each week, I'm going to be bringing you several free quick fix items to help you have more hope. I also hope to give you some tools to help inspire others so they can have it too. I'm sure you've already heard me say in other material that I believe alone we are a drop and together we are an ocean. And this is one of those tools to help us stay stronger together. Now, this week's topic on the network is about how to survive one day at a time. And I want to be clear that I'm talking to everyone about this. People who are facing things that are big and things that are small. Maybe you're experiencing a huge life challenge like overcoming addiction, depression, facing a trauma, getting through abuse, recovering from a narcissistic relationship, or grieving death. You could also just be a mom who is extremely stressed out and not listened to and pushed to their extremes. Maybe college is feeling very overwhelming to you. Maybe navigating your career isn't easy as you thought, or functioning in your work environment is becoming more challenging as things shift and change. You see, sometimes we all have to take it one day at a time because that's the best we can do to keep our stress from basically eating us alive. But see, here's a harsh reality for a lot of the world. We can't take it one day at a time. And this may sound crazy to you, maybe even weak to some of the people listening, but for most of us, this is highly relatable because our circumstances greatly impact our ability to move one day at a time. And our circumstances don't always make that possible. Now, in my experience in the last 2 decades, I can tell you up front, if you have to tell someone, hey, you need to take it day by day, you've already said too much. If they knew how to do that, they'd be doing it. Often when we say to someone, take it one day at a time, it sounds like this monumental task we've asked them to accomplish because to them it is. And you know, this can be seen in a lot of lives. It can be seen in the regret that we wake up with and the angst we go to bed with. You know, often we get lost in mundane routine and we become inundated with stress. Our list of to-dos is 4 times longer than the time we have in a day. Our time feels less valuable as much of it is not only wasted, but we give our time to things that don't feed our soul, our well-being, or even our best interest. We run the rat race so fast that our exhaustion it's eons beyond our physical self. We are emotionally exhausted, we are spiritually exhausted, and the worst of them all, we are mentally depleted. And that's impactful because our mental game is the most important and it's become our weakest. The mental game is the one we must win to overcome all the rest. And see, things are moving so exponentially fast that in a lot of ways, we're incapable of slowing down enough to control the data that we're feeding our minds. And see, that data that we feed is vital. Instead of feeding our minds what we need to feel good, we gorge ourselves on chaos. And that chaos shows itself in our physical being, our weakened immune system, low energy, our disease and sickness level. That lack of good mental data also wipes out our emotional energy. It impacts our ability to handle conflict, to communicate effectively, and to handle the emotions of others. And finally, that chaos bleeds into our spirituality because everything is out of balance. And when our physical, mental, and emotional selves are unbalanced, our spiritual selves, they don't have a chance. Really consider for a minute the countless things people do in a day. I know people that are up well before the sun, who've went to the gym, had 3 cups of coffee, practiced meditation, read a chapter of a book, had a shower, ate breakfast, tended to their children, did a load of laundry, and walked the dog, all before 7 o'clock. And then most of the world works between 8 and 10 hours a day. That's like having a second life. For many people, like having a second family, and it creates two worlds to be tied to and responsible for. Two separate areas of our life that we're bound to, and they both impact who we are, how we think, feel, and behave. We've come to a place where families struggle to eat at one table during the week, much less on the weekend. There's just too much to do and see and accomplish to find the focus. We are too busy in one day. We've traded our home-cooked meals for Uber Eats, cell phones for real conversation, social media for human connection. And we're madly addicted to the world, which is feeding us the exact chaos that we're trying to escape. So getting by day isn't weak or something to be afraid of. It's a big accomplishment considering how much we have on our plates. So what do? There's two ways to live. We endure where we are, we stay, or we escape. But at the end of the day, we choose something. And don't get me wrong, there are times that we have to endure for a season. But at the end of the day, it's about choice. Choices to stay and endure, or choices to be aware and to shift. See, our choices shape everything. To survive one day at a time, we must move one moment at a time. We must realize we're only one thought away from a different feeling. One moment, one choice, one picture, one video away from a different feeling, because everything we do is for a feeling. And feelings are changeable and malleable. They're ours. And when we recognize them, we can shape them. You can choose. It's easy to put this into play at how easy a moment, an image, can change how we are thinking and feeling. We were out hope dealing yesterday, and I wasn't hungry at all until I saw a giant sign for a hamburger on a Wendy's sign that literally made my mouth water. I was not hungry. I was not thinking and feeling about food until I saw the picture of food. And that food instantly made my mouth water. It made me want to eat. And this is the same for all of our feelings. I can think of a time where I was literally on top of the world, the happiest person that you could possibly imagine. Not sad at all, but a song will hit the radio. And in seconds, I'm sobbing at a red light. This is the same thing when we're at our lowest moments, when we are so sad that we have no idea what we're going to do. I can think of so many times in my life that I wasn't happy at all. And then a certain song comes on and I'm literally rump shaking with my leg cocked sideways in the backyard. Music is this great demonstration of how easily our emotions can move and shift. This is true for commercials, people we engage with, pictures on billboards, social media. It's endless and it's everywhere. It's that world of chaos we're feeding on. And everybody is. Everybody has their own chaos of some kind. And I don't care what kind of mask you wear or what kind of page you hide behind. We all face our own chaos. We are all a work in progress. All of us. So consider living in the moment. How can you move through your moments? Because you are choosing. You choose the picture, you choose the song, the image, the person. It's your moment. And for today, I want you to think of yourself like a business. If you were a business, how are you investing in yourself? How are you choosing your moments to grow that business to its very best? How are you investing? Remember, everything we do is for a feeling. What feelings are you choosing? To survive one day at a time, we must move one moment at a time. We have to realize we're only one thought away from a different thing. One moment, one choice, one picture, one video away from a different feeling. And when you begin to move moment by moment, when you realize what your feelings are and that you direct them, when you seek out what feels good, you won't just move moment by moment. You'll start to move day by day and week by week. Surviving day by day is no small task, but surviving moment by moment is manageable and the key to your success. I'd like to thank you for listening today. Remember, hopeful people hope for people. I'll be here each week to help you help yourself. Alone, we are a drop, but together, we are an ocean. Stay hopeful, friends.